Psalm 13 has always been a strange psalm to me. Listen to what David, a man after God's own heart, wrote. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart all the day? How long will my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Enlighten my eyes, or I will sleep the sleep of death. And my enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my adversaries will rejoice when I am shaken. I will finish that psalm here in just a minute. Do you suppose that there's people all the time, and maybe even some people sitting here this morning, that think like verse 1 and 2? Circumstances of their life bring them low. They are grieving over something. Someone's sick, they're sick. They don't have hope about things. In the last hour, we talked about in the class how sometimes the world can be very dark for some. And the question about where is God in all of this? And even the godly from time to time can have these thoughts in their mind about, well, God, have you forgotten about us? Now, the Lord's Supper is actually about us remembering God. And I think the reason God asked us to do this, and the reason Jesus wanted us to remember him, is it keeps us from despair. To know that God doesn't actually forget us. And this is the reminder of it. Now, again, I'll finish the psalm in a moment, but we're coming up on the 27th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. In fact, 2 days from now is when Timothy McVeigh filled a truck full of fertilizer and made a bomb and drove it up to a federal building in Oklahoma. And many of you remember that. Some of you weren't alive then or were too young. But when that bomb went off, 168 people died. 500 were injured. And eventually, Timothy McVeigh was put to death for that crime. Now, during the trial of that, one of the things that he talked a lot about, and what was said, is that he was a troubled person who thought the world was getting darker. He didn't trust the government. He didn't think that people were looking out for one another, and this was his response to what he felt were injustices in the world. When he was asked to give a last statement before he died, he declined. He didn't want to say anything, but he hand-wrote a poem and signed his name underneath it. This was the poem that he quoted that day. It's called Invictus by William Henley. You've probably heard this before. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.